And now, a special edition of the Toddcast podcast.
Powered by Citywide Mortgage Services, providing complete financing and mortgage services for residential and small commercial businesses. Visit them at citywidemortgage.ca.
Now, here's your host, Todd Hancock.
Yeah, welcome to this week's Alien Chronicles podcast. Do you think that they've visited Earth? Are they watching us from afar and sizing us up? Do you live next door to an alien? Are they really abducting people overnight and taking them on UFO joyrides? Well, despite numerous claims and alleged evidence, there's actually no scientific proof of alien visitation, or so we're told. We're led to believe. The existence of extraterrestrial life remains an open conversation. Surely there is other life in our galaxy, right? But does that mean that they've visited Earth, or that they, like I said, live among us? We're diving headfirst into the world of alien visitation this week. My name is Todd Hancock. You're going to hear from 12 guests, including retired NHL goaltender Eddie Lack, Muay Thai fighter Eva Schultz, Supergirl and Homeland actor David Harewood, Canadian cultural icon Ed the Sock, and we're about to take you on an intergalactic journey like no other with some thoughts from far out thoughts from this week's musical guests in just a minute. Coming up shortly in Stop Me If You've Heard This Before, New York Ranger center Vincent Trocheck talking about Wayne Gretzky and Mario Lemieux, and if they played in today's NHL, would they still be as dominant? As always, that is powered by our good friends at FKP MMA. Learn self-defense, build your self-esteem, meet new friends, get fit, build your cardio. My little guy Levi has been training there for about a year and a half now, absolutely loves it, and once you go check them out, you'll see why. They are Vancouver's #1 training destination. Again, FKPMMA.com. First, alien visitation and some thoughts from this week's musical guests. Blue October has been around since 1995, damn near 30 years now. Wow. A string of top 40 singles. Their documentary, Get Back Up, is definitely worth your time spent. And their singer, Justin Furstenfeld, shared his thoughts about aliens visiting Earth.
Yes.
Why not, right?
Because my mom said she saw one when I was a kid. My mom doesn't lie, and she's not crazy.
Where did she,
said
that story? What happened there?
She said that she saw one night while we were camping, and it was a cube. It was like a cube in the sky. It came down, and it was a cube, and then it sped off. And she truly believes it. I mean, you got to believe it. If we're on Earth, right? Look at us. We're on Earth. People walking around, skin, eyes, talking, communication, crazy shit, right? We're on Earth. And there's how many other freaking planets out there? We can't even count them. Something's got to be on them.
Yeah, the Kepler program has spotted millions of planets, Justin. So
millions. So tell me, we're the only ones with living species on the that.
Dude, I think that personally, I think aliens live among us, man.
I do too. I could tell you one right now, but I might get sued. I'm joking.
I got a few more.
I've been in a relationship with a couple of aliens before.
Yeah, we'll move from Blue October to Clutch, a band that formed in '91. They're 13 albums deep. Cool story. They're friends from high school, and great to talk to their singer Neil Fallon, who had a lot to say about this week's topic.
Among us, sometimes I think octopus or octopi are alien, but then again, I'm not a marine biologist.
Very smart.
Yeah, incredibly smart and unique. But I'll say this as a blanket statement. I think it would be very arrogant for us to assume that in the vast, endless expanse of the universe that we're the only ones.
Right.
And probably can't we may not even recognize it if we're standing right in front of us, or perhaps we're incapable because of the way our brain and biology or what have you. I certainly think it's possible. Just because you see something in the sky that you doesn't understand doesn't mean it's a spaceship. But I'm always looking up, waiting and hoping for that time. But
yeah, same. I've seen those videos where, it'll be like a newscaster, say, or whatever, and they're doing their report live on the scene somewhere or whatever, and then they catch that the subtle eye change. Like, you notice the eye change right here where look, reptilian eyes and all that. And it's like, not sure about that. But
yeah, that's the internet rabbit hole. It's like I now anytime I go online, I have to tell myself most likely what you're about to see is a lie.
Yeah, man. Online's a slippery slope, man. Doesn't matter what it is.
It's kind of a bummer. Whereas I remember the early '90s, like, wow, the internet. It's like we're all going to be able to say whatever we want to whoever we want and exchange information. Who knew that there were so many liars among us?
From Clutch to a band that you've heard on Canadian rock radio stations since '94, Our Lady Peace, and of course much music back in the day. The video for Hope was actually my introduction to the band, likely yours as well. If you go back to the beginning of that band, then came Super Satellite, Starseed, and suddenly Our Lady Peace was a household name, selling millions of albums worldwide. They've won 4 Juno Awards, 10 Much Music Video Awards, and their singer, Raine Maida, had some thoughts about alien visitation.
That's a tough one. I mean, part of me thinks, how could it not happen? Especially when you start talking about the universe and where we're at. But there was something that happened a couple weeks ago that felt like when you had like officials saying they saw some crazy shit in the sky. But I can't imagine they haven't. But then I can't imagine if they had, why they wouldn't like
be here.
Decimate. Yeah, why they wouldn't be here or like just take our shit.
Or maybe they are here.
Yeah, there you go. Yep. Shit shifting.
And from Our Lady Peace to the bassist of Slash featuring Miles Kennedy and the Conspirators, the frontman of Took, Age of Electric, singer Todd Kerns, one of the hardest working musicians that I know, and that's saying a lot. I go deep into that world. Like, think about it. Over the years, you've heard Todd in Static and Stereo, Go Time, Faster Pussycat, Sin City Sinners, Minefield.
I'd like to think so. It's funny because I'm not a huge, I have some of these friends who are conspiracy guys, and they have all these stories, and a lot of the alien stuff I find pretty fascinating.
Yeah, same.
But I also find it kind of like, I always also kind of find it like, I don't really think that I've heard any sort of conclusive stuff, so to me I'm kind of like, oh, that's cool, that sounds interesting, and then I move on with my day. I kind of go on and do whatever else is going on. I don't really spend time like hovering around it. I'm always kind of like, but I'd like to think so. I think that'd be really cool. I honestly really, one of the things that I really hope is that in my lifetime, before I die, I really hope more than anything else that, there's a conclusive, like, there is life. Even if it's like, they found plants on this planet or
something,
whatever.
Anything.
But I would love to hear that, like, you'd be like, damn, that's so cool, like 99 years old.
Right.
And you're kind of like, wow, that's a trip.
The Toddcast Podcast.
From a life of never fully giving in.
Beer, delivered fresh, the official beer of the Toddcast podcast.
And now, stop me if you've heard this before on the Toddcast podcast.
When you heard Vincent Trocheck on the podcast, he was playing with the Carolina Hurricanes. He's now a center for the New York Rangers, agreeing to a 7-year, $39 million contract. He's 12 years into his career, originally selected by the Florida Panthers in the 3rd round, 64th overall in 2011. Of course, we talked a lot about hockey, from a little kid to the bigs, the shows that he was binge watching at the time. Gambling came up, big losses, big wins, the music he grew up around. He shared a near-death story about being T-boned while driving in a Lexus. Superheroes and superpowers came up. And stop me if you've heard this before, Vincent talked about Wayne Gretzky and Mario Lemieux, and would they be as good if they played in today's NHL?
Really around for Gretzky at all to watch. But, I mean, in my mind, I grew up watching Mario, and there's nobody better than he was in my mind.
Yeah. I'm also okay with taking hits, threw the body really well. Of course, was just an amazing scorer. It's something else.
Big
right?
body.
Yeah.
Played in multiple different eras and dominated in all of them.
Yeah, right. And if those guys were to play in today's NHL, would they be as dominant as they were, do you think?
I mean, Mario kind of did play in this maybe not this generation, but he played in an era that was still really fast and tough at the same time, with not as many of the rule changes that help out offensive players. So I think what he did in the early 2000s was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Stop me if you've heard this before on the Toddcast podcast is powered by FKP MMA, Vancouver's #1 training destination at fkpmma.com.
I'm dreaming of days where don't be happy just to kick it like that. Grab a sip and lay back. The way that I feel has begun to lose its appeal. And if only I could treat you like that, come and meet you like that, with my hands at the wheel of a stolen automobile. It's my fantasy. It's got nothing to do with reality. Like that, you can take it like that. Got to swallow the pill every day in Cubicleville. Sometimes I wish that we can just fly away off to Jamaica or some places like that, where they're making the track and the odor of the day is tonic, lime and sangria. It's my fantasy. It's got nothing to do with reality. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Get out of my head. Get out of my head. Faking until the televised happiness. Succeed, but there's no guarantee that you like what you see when you follow your dream. But somehow we end up, even though we're not sure from the future. Yeah, you can try to succeed, but there's no guarantee that you like what you see when you follow your dream. But somehow we end up, even though we're not sure from the future. Yeah.
tell you what, it is a vibe with that guy. His name is Alex Marr, and a great song for him called Televised Happiness. And this Friday, you can see Alex and a guy named Phil Dixon, who will play later on in this podcast. Phil opens up the night. So Alex headlines another podcast, Blue Light Sessions at Blue Light Studio in East Vancouver. Super, super fun nights. They're acoustic. There's a Q&A throughout, cover songs and crowd participation, of course, originals and all that. These nights are filmed. It's just $20 in advance through eventbrite.ca. Eventbrite, B-R-I-T-E. Search out Toddcast. You can't miss it. $25 if you want to gamble and wait for the doors. Doors are at 7. Show starts at 8. We'll be done by about 10:30-ish, something like that. Played you a new song, the lone non-Vancouver band this week from Poor Sport. Their new song is called Floorboards. They're based out of Victoria on the island. Told them, man, they need to make the way over to the mainland, play some shows from time to time, because you know that they are absolutely going to clobber live. What a great song from those guys. So coming up in just a few minutes, listen to this, BC Lions kicker Sean White talking about his drive and the determination to yet win another Grey Cup. Of course, he won in 2015 with Edmonton. That is powered by 6-year sponsor Tedco RV Supplies in Langley. Have become really good friends with them over the years. In fact, to the point that they're sending us Christmas cards and stuff, and they're coming out to our live shows. And really good people. If you've got an RV, this is the only place for it. RV service and repairs, ICBC accredited. You can find them through, well, of course, TedcoRVSupplies.com. They're also on Facebook and Twitter at Tedco RV Supplies. First, more guests and their thoughts on alien visitations, and sporting guests this time, powered by Hand Over Hand Textiles in Vancouver. Naturally dyed goods for your home, for your body. We're talking shirts and socks and bandanas and dishcloths and scarves and pillows and all that stuff. You'll love their work. From start to finish, expect nothing but top quality. And they only use pure plant extracts, natural fibers. It's good for Mother Earth. Locally owned, locally operated here in Vancouver. You can find them at handoverhandtextiles.com. They're also on Instagram. And they send within a couple of days if you're looking for a present. So alien life, I mean, it's a polarizing topic, right? Either you believe and think that they visited Earth, or that it's just a bunch of garbage and that they haven't. There's no conclusive evidence of extraterrestrial organisms, although there are theories that suggest that we may be able to inhabit Mars or the moons of Jupiter and Saturn. I'm no scientist. I will not be amongst the first to volunteer for such a move like that, but there has been unexplained sightings and unverified encounters. I wonder when aliens first visited Earth. Of course, you've probably heard this before. Some people think that aliens could have helped build the pyramids, shared their advanced knowledge, I guess, with us. The pyramids are so amazing. They're so precise that the thought is that ancient civilizations, they couldn't have possibly built them alone. And when you see pictures on ancient walls that show flying objects and weird artifacts that look like modern technology, it's kind of easy to come to those conclusions that aliens may have helped build the pyramids, right? Of course, many people still don't buy it, though. So Tarpsoft Sports head honcho Christian Mancuso is an absolute beauty. You'll love his take no shit approach to life. You need to follow this kid on social media. Can be somewhat of a button pusher, which of course I love. So what's Christian's take on this alien visitation to Earth?
Yes, 110% I believe that, man. I believe that wholeheartedly. I believe in aliens, and not only that, I often wonder, like, I mean, I'm not trying to be like a lizard people person here, but like, we're all so different in the sense, and it's like, you know, you go back to like Egyptian times and hieroglyphics and that always, anywhere in the world show of people coming down from the sky, right? And it's like,
right.
I'm huge into aliens and conspiracies. I love all that stuff, man. And I'm not one of those people that like thinks, that there's some crazy conspiracies that are too far down the thing for me. But yeah, man, I'm always into question things. But I think that we absolutely could have aliens living amongst us. And it's like our elites and everybody in this world, all the rich people and political powers, they're so like disconnected from the rest of us that sometimes I wonder if they're their own like power race from somewhere else or something.
From Tartsoff Sports to a retired NHL goaltender, Eddie Lack, of course you'll know him from his time playing for the Vancouver Canucks 2013-2014, backing up Roberto Luongo, but he played on other teams as well, Hurricanes, Flames, Devils. He's now kicking ass as a real estate agent in the Scottsdale, Arizona region.
I kind of go back and forth on this. As of today, I probably have to say yes.
I think so too. I mean, when the government's announcing that that there's actual UFOs, there's been sightings, they post the videos.
Yeah.
It's kind of gone under the radar, so to speak, but like how could it not happen?
How could the pyramids being built the way that they are, freaking hundreds of
and like all like those certain degrees to each of them, and all lines up on the world with other monumental.
This is for sure some like outer alien stuff. Like 100%.
From a retired NHL goaltender to a 3-time Muay Thai amateur champion, Eva Schultz has an interesting story. She didn't get into fitness and fighting until her 30s. Like what? During the pandemic, she converted her house to be workout ready because gyms over in Denmark weren't open. Listen to what Eva said about alien visitation.
I believe that there might be more between heaven and earth, and I think that the universe has its own way of regulating stuff. So, but I don't know if I can say aliens, like, small green animals walking around and like plates coming to the earth. But I do think that there should be more between heaven and earth, also because why should we be the only living creatures? Like, it will always be a question. I think we will not get the answer. I don't think we can.
No, I know it's a pretty vast.
It's a matter of belief, I think.
Imagine we're the only life form in the universe. Give me a break.
Yeah, like that would be incredible.
That in
and then
itself
you can say why should we be the only living creatures? Like why?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah. And I think sometimes also funny stuff happens, like miracles still do happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then you can ask yourself, how does miracle happen? There must be things that we cannot see with our eyes.
Like, how did that happen?
Yeah, and I think it's quite amazing because it also makes us, at least it makes me feel a little bit humble about the universe, like you have to stay humble as a living creature. So I kind of like the thought that miracle happens and they happen when they're supposed to happen, and they're kind of like a faith, and I think there is more.
And from a 3-time Muay Thai amateur champion to our fitness guru, she's due for a visit anytime. I think right after summer we're going to have her on again. Fitness trainer and model Jessica Kiernan has been on a few times. Her first time was back in 2017. Her visit was the second most played of the year, next to Chad Kroeger of Nickelback. He was the only individual podcast to get more plays than Jessica.
I totally do. I'm totally that girl that believes in conspiracy theories. I'm crazy about it. I was just talking about time travel the other day and having an argument with someone. And yeah.
How good would time travel be? Where would you?
It's so amazing. I'm into it.
When would you want to go? Like personally, I'm all about the Wild West. How freaking awesome would that be?
I'm down with take me anywhere. I'm good. Like take me to Italy, take me to Spain, take me to another galaxy. I mean, I'll go anywhere. Yeah. I'm good. Like anywhere, like really cool. Like like I'm down with that all day long.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Do you think aliens actually live among us?
I do. I actually think that they do.
So do I.
I think that they do. There's so many different dimensions, frequencies, vibrations. That stuff is so real.
Yeah.
I mean, you feel when something's around you, whatever kind of energy it is, and I don't doubt. I don't doubt ever.
The Toddcast Podcast.
The Toddcast podcast is powered by Milano Coffee, bringing you the finest espresso and coffee concepts in the world. Online at milanocoffee.ca. And now, listen to this on the Toddcast podcast.
If you followed the CFL, you'll know Shaun White. He's a longtime Alouettes and Elks kicker, originally signed with the BC Lions as a territorial exemption in 2007. Played a few years with the club, and then he was traded to the Alouettes, played there for 4 seasons, then to Edmonton, played for 6, and of course now he's back playing with your BC Lions. And last time that Shaun was a guest, he's been on a few times, he talked about the Vancouver Canucks and their wild up and down seasons that they always seem or tend to have. We talked about binging Ozark and Cobra Kai, watching the Beijing Olympics. He shared a story about gambling in Vegas and the music of Green Day, the Chili Peppers, Jay-Z. And Shaun said that his desire to win the Grey Cup is as strong as ever. Listen to this.
Oh, hell yeah. And that's, again, why I knew what I was getting myself into last year. But you look at the team that we had on paper, I thought we were going to dominate. But, that's just the way football is or sports is, it's just not fair. Just things didn't go our way, and it's the way she goes. So, but then now this new contract with BC, I haven't been this excited since my first contract. That's how nice. I'm so excited because now I can stay home. I don't have to move around. I live with my girlfriend now, and my parents are just down the street. My nieces and nephews are old enough to appreciate going to games now, and they are everyone's so excited. To be able to share what I do finally with my family feels awesome because I've been gone for 12 years. So they would come to one game a year in Montreal, 1 game a year in Edmonton.
Right.
And then they see me once a year when I come home to travel, and I get to see them for 5 minutes after a game, and I got to hop on the bus and I'm out. So it's finally good to stay home and be able to share this. And plus going too, I have another job. I work for Dynamic Rescue, and I'm going to apply for White Rock Fire out here too. So, I got more things going on for me here than anywhere else. And I'm 36 years old. So I'm going to play football until no one wants me. I'm too competitive. I don't like to lose at anything. And I still play a lot of other sports, and I'm just lucky football pays me to play, but I'd play if people ask me to play. Right.
Listen to this on the Toddcast podcast is brought to you by Tedco RV Supplies in Langley, an ICBC-approved repair shop. Visit them on Facebook and Twitter at Tedco RV Supplies.
Story goes in the field, there's a wishing well where you can dream. Look for the open floor that has the carpet drawn. Yes, you will see. Sitting next to the rock, it's got a flower growing on the top and feel naive. Blow a kiss and make a wish with every falling leaf, and you'll believe. It's you, it's me. It's how stars glow, it's how flowers grow, like rivers to the sea. Forever will we dream from the well that never leaves.
His name is Phil Dixon, and a great song, fantastic track. It's called Wishing Well, and as mentioned, Phil is playing this Friday, July 28th at Blue Light Studio in East Vancouver. It's the Toddcast Podcast, Blue Light Sessions. Alex Marr, Phil Dixon, acoustic, Q&A. Again, eventbrite.ca, eventbrite.ca for $20 tickets. Or roll those dice and see if you can get tickets at the door. Then it's just $25 as well. Hope to see you there. You heard Dead Quiet, and that's a new song for those guys off their 4 album. It's called No Gods, No Gold. They played the Rickshaw about a month back, the same night Econoline Crush played the Pearl. That's why I couldn't make it out to their show. But yeah, Dead Quiet played about a month back, celebrate the release of their new album. Again, it's called 4, the IV4, the Roman numeral style. They are absolutely killer, no pun intended, Dead Quiet. They played a podcast show in the past for us, and I've said it before, I'll say it again. They are likely top 5 band in Vancouver, all genres. It doesn't matter which bands you're talking about. Speaking of live music, you can find a small list of indie shows that are happening locally here in Vancouver with the indie scene in Vancouver and area, I suppose, at toddhancock.ca. If you're playing a show or you're checking one out, if it's indie, let us know about it. We'll post it up at the website. We do get a bunch of hits there. Maybe play a song and give the show some love as well. All right. Okay. So let's get into our final guests in this week's Alien Visitations podcast. It's episode 309. And some thoughts from a handful of our entertainment and lifestyle guests, all of whom are powered by Sacred Meds. If you've yet to be, come on, Canada's best craft cannabis and psilocybin dispensary. They ship anywhere in Canada, by the way. Get a lot of that. Like, is it just a BC thing? No, it's across Canada. May take maybe a day or two more to get it over to like Halifax or whatever, but they ship anywhere in Canada. You can get oils, hash, of course, mushroom and weed and all that, but all kinds of edibles and shatter and suckers, and there's peyote and a whole bunch more. And remember this, at registry, mention that you heard about them through this podcast. It will instantly upgrade your profile at their website, sacredmeds.com. And by the way, do you know what the official term is for the search for extraterrestrial life? It's astrobiology, the possibility of organisms, life, beyond Earth. You'd think, yeah, surely there's a planet in the solar system that would sustain human life, right? Our ongoing exploration of Mars and the icy moons has exciting prospects, just kind of pushing scientific knowledge and feeding curiosity, so we keep, poking around as we should. Actor David Harewood plays Martian Manhunter on Supergirl, one of the many roles that we know and love him for. You'll remember him as well in Homeland as the CIA's counterterrorism director. He's a brilliant actor, trained at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art, has a ton of film and TV experience going back to 1993.
I certainly do, yes. I believe, I just can't believe that we're the only bloody things alive.
I know, right? Like really in the entire universe, really? There's nothing else?
It doesn't make sense. Yeah. So I certainly think if we can put a probe on Mars, somebody sending things.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Hey, I saw your feed, by the way, on your Twitter. I love the first video feed.
I like awesome. The fans. I thought the fans would like that.
Yeah, that's funny. From a Supergirl actor to a board-certified doctor and the author of 3 best-selling books, you've seen Dr. Brooke Goldner in documentaries like Eating You Alive, Whitewashed, and The Conspiracy Against Your Health. She's been on the cover of Vegan Health Fitness magazine 3 times. She's been on the cover of Fit Over 40. Dr. Goldner is known worldwide for developing a nutrition-based treatment for her own autoimmune disease, lupus. So what's her take on alien visitation?
It's an interesting question. I don't know. I don't have any sense that I've met an alien, although sometimes people think I am an alien because of how I live my life. But I do believe that they most likely do exist. I think that what we've seen on our own planet is that life is the default. Every part of the Earth we've ever discovered, whether it's a super hot sea vent or, anywhere in the ocean, anywhere on this planet, whether it's wet or dry, there is some kind of life by default. So, and no matter what's happened to us, whether it's meteors hitting us and changes in our climate, there's always life that either forms or survives. So if that's true here on our planet, it's likely a rule that's true throughout the universe. So I think that most likely there are aliens, although they might not look anything like us. It might be bacteria.
Sure.
You know, it might be something completely unlike us, unlike Star Trek, where all of them are humanoid and they just have different heads. Most likely, they don't look anything like us because they'd have to adapt to their own climate. So I don't know how someone from any other planet would be able to survive on ours unless they had the similar kind of planet. But I definitely think life is the default out there.
From a board-certified doctor and best-selling author to a Canadian cultural icon living in Canada in the late 80s, early 90s, is it even possible to not know who Ed the Sock is? An opinionated sock on Much Music, the nation's music station, smoking a cigar, pushing boundaries, often calling out celebrities right to their face, gravelly voice, the take-no-shit approach to pop culture.
Do I believe aliens? Well, if you watch all those ancient alien TV shows that are all over the place, you'll come to believe that these people think that ancient man couldn't have learned to scratch his ass without alien intervention. But here's the thing about alien intervention. If aliens gave technology to humans to build the pyramids, why didn't they give them the wheel? Why didn't they teach them how to make an arch? See, there's tremendous gaps in this. I would like to think that aliens came to Earth. I love E.T., great movie. I would love to think that aliens came to Earth. But I can understand why they'd stand back and just sort of laugh at us. Like we're almost like a giant race of a sitcom. And I don't want to hear from aliens. We have enough trouble dealing with each other. I don't want to hear I don't want another peanut gallery telling us how we should live our lives.
And from Ed the Sock to a comedian that you'll know for a few reasons, Von Decarlo, beyond comedy, wrote a book called Speak Fluent Man. She has a web series called Trash Talk with Von Decarlo. Maybe it's from hosting SiriusXM's NBA radio channel, Coach Von's Corner. Regardless of how you know Von, you'll love her take on alien visitation.
I believe that we are all aliens because Earth is floating around the universe, and we are not exempt from the universe, so we are all aliens.
That is
that a good
fantastic answer. Never have had
Aren't we floating
ever.
around in
I
space
love it.
as well? Like,
I'll take that. I'm an alien, sure. I'm in.
we are totally floating around. And I'll tell you this, Kyrie Irving changed his mind about it being a flat Earth. But if he comes to New York and if he changes his mind and decides to come to New York and changes his mind and go back to saying it's a flat Earth, I'm just going to go with whatever he says. Let's go next.
Entertainment guest visits are powered by Sacred Meds, Canada's best craft cannabis and psilocybin dispensary. Visit sacredmeds.com.
Thrown in the fire, thrown in the flame, dear thee, but love, we are gathered here today. That was missing till now. And the dark days, they tortured me, got me buried more than 6 feet deep. It's been a slow burn of my old soul, but the devil won't look for me no more. Dressed in lace and stone for my revival. Lost in the dark, out of the chains, stumble through the
ahead and say it. I think that's probably one of the top 10 indie tracks of the summer of 2023. Great song for Charlie P.S. It's a new song as well. It's called Revival, and I've been keeping an eye on her socials for the last couple of years. Really cool to see that she's coming out with new music. I told her to keep us updated about live shows and stuff, because you got to think, man, she is going to absolutely shine live. And I think that's going to pretty much wrap up this week's Alien Visitations podcast. We'll keep it nice and short, but there are some final thoughts before we put this to bed. There's a thing called the Drake equation, which estimates the number of advanced extraterrestrial societies that could be out there. And the discovery of potentially livable exoplanets leave those who believe enough evidence to keep pushing on and try to find and contact alien life. Which brings us to the Fermi paradox, the contradiction between the likelihood of extraterrestrial civilizations and the absence of evidence for their existence. That, my friend, is a YouTube rabbit hole. Of course, big thanks to all of our guests this week in and week out. This week talking about aliens and have they visited Earth? Do they live among us? Once again, my name is Todd Hancock. Thank you so much for listening. If you like what you heard, please tell your friends about us. You can subscribe. iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, Megaphone as well. YouTube, comment and rate the podcast. Again, simple search of Toddcast Podcast will find us. Huge thanks to all of our wonderful sponsors. You can find links to all sponsor websites at toddhancock.ca. If your business would like to sponsor the podcast, you know you can for as little as $10 a day. That's about to go up, by the way, so hit us soon. There's contact info at the homepage. If you help us find a sponsor, hell, we'll give you a commission as a thank you. All right, till next time, don't be an asshole. Nobody wants to be around that. Have fun, play hard, and most of all, believe in yourself.
You've been listening to the Toddcast Podcast, powered by Citywide Mortgage Services, dedicated to helping you find the best mortgage rates. Available 7 days a week at citywidemortgage.ca.
Do you love Disney? Do you love top 10 lists? Then you're going to love our podcast, Disney Countdown. Hi, I'm Megan, the Magical Millennial.
And Biscuits, I'm Jeremy, aka Jarendell, and we are the hosts of the hit Disney podcast, Disney Countdown.
On every episode of our fun and family-friendly show, we count down our top 10 lists of all things Disney. The parks, the movies, the music, the food, the lore. There is nothing we don't cover on our show, right, Jeremy?
Ooh, girl, you know we are famous for rabbit holes, Disney-themed games, and fun facts you didn't know you needed, but you definitely need in your life. So if you are looking for a healthy dose of Disney magic, check out Disney Countdown wherever you get your podcasts.
Do you ever watch a TV show set in a historical time period and think, how accurate is this really? But also, does it matter if it's accurate or not?
Nefer-TV is a new podcast about shows set in ancient times. This season, we're recapping every episode of the show Spartacus, Blood and Sand.
I'm Ann Foster, and I have never seen this show before.
And I'm Gina Berry, and I have watched this show maybe too many times.
Join us every other Monday on the Nefer-TV podcast as we discuss the real history behind Spartacus, Blood and Sand.
Follow Nefer-TV, that's NEFER-TV, wherever you get your podcasts.
Now, before you go hunting for something else to listen to, let me make it easy. I'm Mike Carruthers, host of a podcast called Something You Should Know, and I speak with experts about fascinating things that affect your life, from human behavior, relationships, health, science, and everyday mysteries. We've been downloaded millions of times because every episode teaches you something you'll be talking about later. Open up Something You Should Know and give it one episode. You might just find your new favorite podcast.